Okay guys, so everybody in this room, how many of you all like to be sick? Don't raise your hands too fast. That's exactly right. None of us like to be sick because we live in a busy, hustle-bustle world and none of us have time to be down. So today I'm going to teach you guys about influenza. Is everybody familiar about influenza? It's our common virus and it's known as the flu. The flu is a respiratory disease that you can get. It's viral, it's very easy to catch. It's something that happens from 1 out of 10 people. It can potentially be deadly. But the key to it is not to get it. We need to prevent it. Does everyone here get a flu shot?
Yes, they make us.
It is kind of mandatory in the working in the medical field. It naturally is mandatory. So what we want to do is we want to prevent the flu. The number one way for that is immunizations. You get those once a year. It's an IM injection that you get. You can't get it if you've had a temperature, if you've had any other infections. There's certain things that can prevent you from having it. You also want to have hand washing. Hand washing is our number one way to prevent germs. Proper hand washing, not just putting our hands for 20 seconds under some water. You have to use the correct amount of soap. You have to do it for the correct amount of time. You can also use hand sanitizer. The other thing that is really good to prevent this is to not touch your face too much. The part of our face is the number one way that germs enter our body. So we want to prevent from touching our face, touching our bodies. You want to eat a healthy diet. When you eat healthy, well-balanced meals, it makes your immune system go up, which can fight off the disease or virus. We also want to avoid people who has the flu. If you live with people in your household who get this, you want to stay at least 6 feet away. 6 feet is the kind of radius where it gets in the air and you breathe it in and it attacks your system. You can wear a mask. You can buy these at your local store. You can get them at your local doctor's office, health department, different places. If you have a family member who has it, if it is flu season and you don't feel like you feel well when you go out into a store, you just put one of these on. That's going to kind of keep all your germs to yourself so you don't spread them to others. You can also wear gloves if you're going to in a high place like Walmart or places where a lot of people touch. Make sure that you wash your hands when you leave these places. Next thing we're going to talk about is, let's talk about some facts about the flu. One out of 8 people will get the flu in flu season. It could potentially be deadly if it's untreated. Is there a cure for the flu? What do we do when we have the flu? Well, it's a virus, so it's viral. It's not anything that antibiotics is going to cure. A lot of people think, hey, I don't feel good, I need an antibiotic, I'm going to feel much better. That's not how the flu works. The flu works, you need some rest, you need fluids. You can have Tamiflu if you notice your symptoms within 24 to 48 hours. I'm not a fan of Tamiflu, but a lot of people is. So, does anybody have any questions so far about the flu? What's yours?
So if I'm feeling sick, I don't know if it's the flu.
Okay. Signs and symptoms of the flu are similar to other things. You could have a temperature, you could have a sore throat, you're going to have body aches, you're going to just feel kind of like you've been hit by a truck, you're going to feel terrible. But there is one way to for sure know that you have it. They're your doctor or your physician, family practitioner, whoever. You go to them and they can swab your nose and they can have your results back in just a couple of minutes and to for sure know if you have the flu. And if you do have the flu, then you can take precautions to make sure you don't spread it to the people that you love. Any other questions?
When you swab your nose, do you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
You go clockwise.
Can I have some literature about the flu to take home?
Yes. Here's some literature. Take home, read it. I would recommend everybody reads about the flu. It's potentially deadly, and it's something easy. Just because we follow these prevention precautions doesn't mean we're not going to get the flu, but it does make our risk much lower. So, just go home, educate your loved ones. Our goal is to spread the word and not the germ.